3 وأنجزوا المهمة. لكن دعونا نتكلف عن دبي، نحن نتكلف عن عملاق الخليج. أنا أسألك أولا، أنت من دبي، لذا يجب أن تكون لديك توقعات. يزمارس، خبرني ما هي تجربتك في هذا الأمر؟ التجربة كانت كما هي. لقد أرسلت رسالة إلى صديقي وقال إن التوقعات تشير إلى أن الطقس سيكون صافيا. دان موزلي، جوردان ثومسون سيحتلون مكانهم، ثم ربما فيجايكانث فياسكانث سيحصل على مكان أيضا. في مباراة الإقصاء التي حدثت بالأمس 22 من فبراير، حيث تقابل دوبي كابيتالز مع أبو ظبي نايت رايدرز، وحقق دوبي كابيتالز فوزا سهلا. تذهب إلى الطريق الجيد ثم إلى طريق محمد بن زايد، ومن هناك تأخذ منعطفا يسارا وبعد ذلك تصل إلى الملعب. هل وصلت الفكرة أم لا؟ لا، لم تفهم. عندما قلت طريق النهائي، لا، إنه بالفعل طريق النهائي.
أعتقد أن كريس لين حيدي بدلا من ميبي إن بليسنج موزارباني ودانيال وورال.
هنالك أيضا ديبيندرا إيري من نيبال، لكن من المحتمل ألا يحصل على فرصة.
ما يحصل على فرصة اليوم، وإذا كانت عنده فرصة للعب لكن لاعب كضارب.
لا، بالتأكيد لا. لدينا العديد من الأصدقاء من نيبال يتابعوننا، وهذا أمر جيد جدا يا أصدقاء. نحيي جميع أصدقائنا في نيبال، نرحب بهم، ونأمل أن يحصل ديبيندرا أيري على فرصة، لأن هذا أمر كبير، ونأمل أن يحصل على فرص في هذه المنافسة وغيرها.
ليس ديبيندر إيري، ولكن اللاعبين الآخرين في فريقه. لاعبه الشامل الذي لعب بشكل جيد للغاية خلال كأس آشا في عمر 17 عاما يجب أن يكونوا وجهه أيضا.
نعم، ولكن هنا يمكننا أن نرى شيئا واحدا واضحا هنا، وهو أنك تضرب كريس لين وجوردان كوكس وجيمس فينس وشيفرون هيتمار وجيمي سميث بشكل مذهل. خان يصنع أيضا القرن 20 وال25 من الضرب مثل هذا جنبا إلى جنب مع ليام داوسون وجيمي أوفرتون وكريس جوردان.
لقد كانت الضربات طويلة جدا، وأنا سعيد بعض الشيء لأن دانييل وورال قد تم ضمه إلى الفريق على الفور، لأنه هل كنت تعتقد أنه يجب الاحتفاظ به هنا مع دومينيك دريكس، لأنه في هذه المنافسة أخذ الويكيت وقام أيضا برمي الكرة بشكل رائع، ولكن دومينيك دريكس إذا تحدثنا فهذا هو ما يعنيه.
Yes, 120 for the loss of 5 wickets in 16. 4 overs are done, and yes, Kieran Pollard playing in his 650th match. But in terms of time, do you know who has the longest T20 career?
Ravi Bopara played his first T20 when T20 was introduced in England. In 2003. In 2003, in June, when he was 18 years old, he played his first T20.
So, you've been playing for 20 years?
Yes. Amazing. You really can't tell his age by his face. He keeps himself so well that even Chandrasekhar doesn't give away his age easily.
And he says he's been playing for 20 years. That's nothing. We have been speaking for so many years. No, what he said, look, Chandrasekhar is great. Meanwhile, Chris Jordan is very angry. And you put in a wide ball on top of that, and you're not fielding properly either. What's this? Is this the chance for David and company, huh? And why is it irritating, Pankaj? because in the last over you only gave away 3 runs.
You have to finish the last ball nicely so you do your job right.
What if a boundary had been hit? Just see after the 17 overs, and let me tell you about Chandrasekhar, he does an exceptional job.
Our most experienced are our motivating sessions. Meanwhile, an off-cutter was bowled by J.B. Overton in this over, and Poulad played it for a single, suggesting now you give the strike to Tim David, who is set for the big shots.
And do you know, that day there was a test match of Afghanistan with Zulkarnain, where Ibrahim Zadran gave the test cap to Noor Ali, his uncle. We were discussing that day, and even Chandresh was saying that after this ball, I will tell you, Overton got hit by the ball in his follow-through while trying to stop the game. You know when the ball hits, you can't tell immediately. It's only after a couple of seconds that you realize, and then it shocks you. What happened was that his hand and foot came in the way. Remember that match where they scored 438? In that match, he bowled a Yorker, and Mark Boucher hit it back hard, and Brett Lee stopped it with his foot, and it hit his hand, right here above the wrist, and he mentioned it hit the knee, and it was a really fast strike, and,
Because our spies are spread in every corner, right? We will have to do it quietly. What's the next case?
A full toss continued by Overton, flicked it and took a single. Because we are commentators from the era of the British.
But
Chadresh Ji is our elder brother. Yes, so Chadresh Ji. You know what Chadresh Ji was saying? Noor Ali played it well towards deep square leg and they took 2 runs. So these 1-2 runs are coming. So Chadresh Ji was saying that just like Ibrahim gave his uncle a cap, if you debut tomorrow and Yash Patik gives you the cap, it's like Poulad played a pull shot near the square leg and Wapar almost took the catch, diving excellently but can't make it as the ball was a bit too far. And it's a boundary, a brilliant effort, though it was out of reach, I believe.
all lines on this route were busy. 133 for 5. Absolutely, precisely. And it was a tremendous ball there. A fine shot was played and it seemed a lot, well, it was quite fine, meaning deep.
There's a good partnership developing between these two. Overall, if we look at it, Jamie Overton is in the bowling now with Chris Jordan just came in for bowling. The first ball, a full toss, was marvelously shot to the deep point for a boundary. What a fantastic shot. And we welcome you with this boundary. Tanana, 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 tanana.
He tried the drive but couldn't reach the gain and will get 4 runs there. Team Devitt is being questioned. A lot of questions arise. We told Nisha Jin that questions could be raised, so we have. There were issues in the middle overs making runs, which will put some pressure on the Emiratis because 166 was seen as the average score on this field for the first innings if you want to win. While first scoring 141-5, and now with that single, the score has reached 142 with the loss of 5 wickets. The Emiratis have 9 balls remaining, and in these 9 balls, 20 runs can be made. It seems possible 15-15, meaning I feel like the score will hover around 166.
I feel it will be a close match.
But still it will be slightly less because 166 is the par score, but today the fielding of the global giants was poor, which cost them about 15-17 runs. However, with the way the swing bowler and Shimron Hetmeyer are playing, they will bring it down to 143 for 5. So in my opinion, they should score another 19 runs in 8 balls. You're saying 15 runs. Yes, I think so. And you guys should tell us too, because we asked you in the poll whether they will reach 150, so quickly go and comment.
Why hesitate in commenting? Today is the 14th, isn't it? So the comments are happening elsewhere. Comment here as well.
What is special today? It is important to do it there. It's done now, but this series will continue. The chase is also on here with a dive by the bowler, running hard. The overthrow made them run at least 30 meters from long on to long off, and he tried to dive to catch it on his follow-through, kissing the fingers as the ball slid through, but alas. They haven't panicked. Patnick Peter hasn't pressed yet. Made 27 runs in 19 balls, hit 4 boundaries so far. A big hit is needed from their bat that is yet to come. The mid-off is still on the inside. There's a long on that's been adjusted to play finer. Chris Jordan bowled the last ball of this over as a Yorker, which was dug out to cover with speed. And again, this time James Vince did it. What's going on here? 2 runs. With 2 runs, the inning progresses.
Chris Jordan is absolutely unhappy. He corrected the throw and hurls it into the top. He appears to be angry. And he should be. We have seen quite a few misfields on their bowling.
This was a misfield as well.
Where Kieran Pollard is on strike, look at the additional overs, they finish well. Pollard's batting will at least yield a big hit. Otherwise, only 2 boundaries will come out of this over, and Team David will bowl the next. Yes, I have completed everything. Now I'm curious how you will counter this. Look, Poulad is playing at 15, and Team David is at 29. It's very interesting. We'll have to see if this final over by Mujarbani will be significant. Can they be restricted under 160?
Well, the Velugu Giants have managed to restrict them below 160, and the fewer runs they concede here, the better. But there's a chance here for a good finish by Mujarbani. After the storm, he picked up the ball and hit it over backward point, and there's no one present in the outfield.
Liam Dawson is chasing it in the outfield, and no, the player is present at that strange position.
There was no one there. I sometimes feel a bit doubtful about the fielding placement.
See, the distance for the third run is 150, and the final 50 runs came in roughly 34 balls.
Pollard sent the ball over deep mid-wicket for a 6 with a terrific hit. Here was the perfect length for the delivery, pitched on the off stump, and he just swung it magnificently. The connection between the bat and the ball was just superb, and we've just witnessed the first 6 by Kieran Pollard. It's a big contest today with captaincy at stake, but how he swung the bat, oh wow, just perfect. The delivery was not quite a Yorker, but was pitched perfectly. Speaking of Pollard, he tends to stay a bit back in the crease. It has been an exciting match, And I did say the score would move past what I had predicted. Next delivery hits the off stump, driving the ball, taking a tip and ending up in the fielder's hands with the right touch from the bat. "Over to you, mate," he says as he walks away.
They're trying to bowl the bouncer, but the ball seems to be overpitched slightly. An overpitch again. They were aiming for a good length, but it went a bit too far ahead, and 6 runs were scored off it. The previous ball, which yielded a single, was left wide by the batsman and resulted in a good catch at deep backward square leg.
Mujrabani has taken a very important wicket here. Team Devitt could be in a tight spot with only 2 balls remaining in the over.
Absolutely. Now what Akil Hossain needs to do is face the bowling. Yes, it's possible. And they'll be happy if they can manage even a single here. Kieran Pollard definitely wants to keep the strike for the last ball. And they must be cursing those who changed the rules about not changing the strike. Kieran will have to go, but he did his job in this over, making 11 runs off 3 balls.
The next 2 balls are going to be for Akil Hossain.
Absolutely. The way Mujibur Rahman is going to bowl these balls is crucial. There's quite an exciting match currently underway. This is the first qualifier. The team that wins, friends, will go straight to the final. Mujib's performance here is excellent. Look at that. A very slow ball bowled, the bat swung early, and the ball went past the reach of the bat. Pollard knew it. Pollard started running first, telling Akil that no matter what, you have to run. Absolutely. And they reached the end. Jamie Smith threw the ball towards the stumps. Mujib dodged it correctly, and the ball went past mid-off without any run taken. Just a bye with it. Now Kieran Pollard will come to strike. The score is 161 for 6 at my Emirates. A big hit is required from Pollard's bat. Absolutely. And Pollard has set up a very good equation there. And I had this slight feeling. I repeat it, I had this slight feeling. It seemed like I again felt the commentary drifted off haphazardly.
Pollard on strike has made 26 runs, and on the last ball of the over he made a big shot but missed. It was a full toss, was it not a wide? Oh, a dot ball has been given. Did they declare it wide?
They called it wide because of the height. It wasn't wide in terms of the off stump, as it was slightly outside as well.
It wasn't that much. It shouldn't have been called wide because Chris Jordan is questioning the wide call from the umpire. Look, based on the replays we're seeing on our screen, it was a full toss. But it wasn't that far outside off stump. It could have been called for the height, but how could the ball go over the head of someone as tall as Kieran Pollard? Nevertheless, the wide has been given here, so we have to go with the umpire's call. It's 162 for 6 with one last ball to go in the over. He plays the delivery fine, but there's a mix-up. Yet they still get the run. They would have had 2, but it's just the 1. So now it's 163. You were saying it wouldn't have been 163 if that wasn't a wide. Exactly. Ninad's estimation turned out to be spot on. It's exactly an Emirate 163. The Gulf Giants need 164 runs, and it will be interesting to see how they respond to this challenge. The batsmen of the Gulf Giants need to be discussed. Well, even Jitu Bahaya has to be considered. He cancelled his appointments to be here for the audience. And look at this scorecard. If we start from the beginning, but what do you think?
"133 is a good score, although with my estimate, it is maybe 20 runs short. For MI Emirates, I feel that it is a par score. It will be fun, but if Chris Lynn gets going, then there could be problems, mate. Look at the run rate, it was nearly around 6, and even the middle overs started off in a similar way. Slow, and for that, Daniel Vettori deserves credit for the way he bowled, looking at his 5 overs with continuous wickets. MI really shattered the top order's confidence there. And after that incident, there was a clash between Bravo and Nicholas Pooran of Emirates. After Pooran got out, Pollard finished off the game. The bowling wasn't anything special this innings. Jamie Overton proved a bit expensive. Runs did flow in the anticlimactic overs of Chris Jordan. Liam Dawson also couldn't leave much of an impact today.
Yes, so if we look at it this way, the bowling we expected from Juhair Zober could have included 2 more dismissals, but that didn't happen.
Indeed, and the way the fast bowlers were utilized, even though there was consistent bowling, Jamie Overton ended up being costly. Chris Jordan's form did not continue, so the plans they had made would not have been effective.
If you are looking to bat first and gain a victory, then let's see here what changes will be made from the super subs for both teams. We'll see who the super sub is for Emirates and who is for the Gulf Giants. If we look here, it seems that bringing in Jordan Thompson is a good choice. Jordan Thompson could come into play.
Jordan Thompson is indeed a fast bowler. He is medium fast. So you have Mohamed Amir, Trent Bolt, and the option of Kieran Pollard, Dwayne Bravo in your medium pacers. And for spinners, you have Akeal Hossein and Waqar Salam Keel. With 2 spinners, and considering that 4 overs were bowled by spinners in the first innings, I agree with you that Jordan Thompson could come in. We'll have to see if he can make an impact, but it's worth discussing. And therefore, perhaps they will pick Chris Lynn for the Gulf Giants, and if we talk about them, they may replace Blessing Muzarabani. In terms of batsmen, Dominic Drakes comes to mind, and there's Dipendra Airy, Nepal's middle-order batsman. His chances seem slim today. Chris Lynn is in good form, Biswarjit Sharma is currently the highest run-getter, and between Jordan Cox, Shimron Hetmeyer, and Jamie Smith, that should wrap it up. Absolutely, but would you be interested in seeing Carlos Brathwaite's middle to late order hitting?
No, if Chris Lynn doesn't score runs.
We'll have to see James Vince taking on the role of Kusal Pereira here. He will be opening. But Chris Lynn's approach is also on display. It seems like James Vince and Jamie Smith will be opening. You named 5 players insisting that the matter should be settled within them, and indeed they are the ones appearing in the top 5.
All these 5 are in form and are going to be very important. The news coming in is that Chris Lynn has come in place of Muzarabani, and you were right about Vijayakanth coming in, so now both the super subs have arrived, and shortly the players will be on the field too. Gulf Giants need to score 164 runs in 20 overs, and we're about to witness a great matchup, a fantastic second innings. We need to see which bowlers have been effective for their teams so far in this tournament, because defending 164 means they will need to take wickets early. We will soon see the list of the most wickets by an Emirates player in just a short while.
Icar has indeed lent his support in the game, but even though Trent Boult played 1 less innings and 1 less match, he has taken just as many wickets and boasts a better economy rate. His sharp spin bowling will prove to be quite an advantage for MI today. For MI, there's also the mention of Aqiel Hossain, who in 1 match consistently bowled 4 overs during the power play, likely against the Desert Vipers. Just like Shaheen Shah, Afridi, Luke Wood, Mohammad Amir, there were so many left-arm pacers.
We were asking, who do you think is the best? Rohit got out, and Celeber Segar has already taken a wicket in his first over, which will be crucial today because you've got to take wickets as early as possible in the power play at the Dubai International Stadium in this intriguing encounter, because whoever wins this will go straight to the finals.
If they want to make it to the finals, remember they are the defending champions and they're up against MI Emirates. What about MI Emirates?
The bowling of Emirates has the strength to halt the Gulf Giants. They've done their part. Sure, the bowlers wavered a bit in the last 3-4 overs, which turned out to be costly, but they've still managed to get close to a par score. However, this could prove too much for the Gulf Giants. That's something we have to wait and see. The players are already on the field, Jamie Smith and Jamie Swins. These two will be at the crease, with Chris Lynn going down padded up to the dugout. Cricket fans, how are we feeling today? And Jamie Smith has a record of 298 runs in 10 innings this season, hitting 350s and being the leading scorer. Wicket-keeper Jamie Smith will be opening with him. 9 wickets. But let's talk about the spinner we have.
Didn't see that in the power play of the first innings. Here, they are starting off with spin.
They must have read something different in the pitch. They're trying something different, and Vijayakant has been brought in. Vijayakant, that's his name, and he has to play an innings of 164 for the Gulf Giants. Here, facing him now is James Vince, and Jordan Cox has come in with him to bowl the first word. Ready is Akayal Hossain. They call him Chundriji, Akayal Hossain, Akayal Hossain, Akayal Hossain. No bill here as he comes around the wicket. The first ball, a slip has been placed around the wicket with the insides. First ball, 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 first ball. That's an excellent start here. Daniel Worrall didn't swing as much as Akayal Hossain has swung here. It started pretty wide from deep and wide of off stump, ate up and came inward with the angle right atop the off stump.
It's a blast, and now Chris Lynn is coming in. This is a huge shock for the Gulf Giants, who have lost their first wicket without opening their account. They need a 174-run turn, and it's crucial. Will the distance to the final continue to grow? Chris Lynn has played 8 innings, hit 2 50s, with his highest being a swift 60 off 47, a strike rate of 132, and has a decent average of 33.
He's 33 years old, and it's only fitting given his experience. Today, Chris Lynn must play a significant innings. Watching his batting and then James Vince's explosive innings will be something to see. But Chris Lynn now coming into bat at number 3. Akayal Hossain got a wicket on the first ball. A big thanks for that. Thank you. Thank you so much. And the way he got swing on that first ball was simply outstanding. What pure in-swing bowling.
Akayal Hossain is not letting anyone feel the absence of Fazal Haq Farooqi with his bowling, especially after taking a wicket on his first ball, and that too of the captain, who is in form.
That's a huge wicket. James Vince has been completely deceiving as the leading run scorer so far, and what a brilliant ball it was. Vince had no clue whether to step forward or back, wanted to stand his ground and play, but was utterly bamboozled. However, he couldn't read the spin on this occasion.
Now for the next delivery, there's still a slip in place. Wide off the crease, delivered the throw, and played it defensively.
Chris Lynn read that well and played a good defensive shot there. Now facing the next delivery, it seems to be moving inward. No, it turned away. It was a back-of-length ball outside off stump. He punched it past mid-off with Pollard stationed there, just a single run, and that was quite a slow ball. The previous deliveries turned, but he's bowling brilliantly. In the first over itself, 5 balls, 3 runs, 1 wicket. Now we're down to the last delivery, and deep in the field for Jordan Cox, there is a deep backward square leg. And a deep backward point has been placed, and Bravo is still maintained at the first slip. So Jordan Cox will face his first game, and Akil Hossain is coming to bowl and ends with a wide that went straight into the wicketkeeper's gloves with a bit of a turn. But it seems like it was not a wide, a very good over here from Akil Hossain. It was his first over of this chase. Only 3 runs scored, and the Gulf Giants have lost the wicket of Captain James Vince on the very first ball. And now they need 161 more runs in 19 overs, which is definitely a chaseable total. Now we will have to see whether they are going to continue with a spinner from the other end. Fast bowler Trent Boult holds the new ball. We saw a lot of swing in Daniel Vettori's bowling, and Akil Hossain also got movement with the ball. Trent Boult is not, well, that seems to be the ODI record, but here we are playing T20. We are playing the T20. Trent Boult has taken 14 wickets in it, and along with him, the spinner Waqar Salam Khail, also with 14 wickets.
What were you discussing just now about Chanderesh G? What was the topic? You were talking about Chanderesh G. He was on a flight in... I mentioned that to Pankaj too. Pankaj G was sharing some information about Chanderesh G. I forgot that. Really? Yes, because Pankaj G had described it so well that I want to try and see what it tastes like. He was saying that he has a farm near Mahabaleshwar, where he grows strawberries. So he selected a few, and there are still 3 balls remaining in this over.
Jordan Cox has not opened his account yet. Chris Lynn is batting at 3, having faced 8 balls. And Trent Boult has not bowled yet. There's been no run conceded, friends, just 3 runs at a loss of 1 wicket after 3 overs. Chris Lynn hasn't scored the 3 runs. He has faced 5 balls now. On the 8th ball delivered by Trent Boult, there was not much of a movement, but he cut it superbly past point for a boundary. Absolutely, the first boundary of this inning. Gulf Giants are now at 3 runs for the loss of 1 wicket. What signal might Trent Boult be giving here after the last delivery?
Umpire Adrian Holdstock has denied it. Seems like there was an inside edge. I believe there was an inside edge. Plenty of swing inwards towards the middle stump. The ball was pitching and coming in. And Mr. Pankaj, you just can't understand what's going on. I told you yesterday that the bowling wasn't up to the mark. Now the player has lofted the ball over long on. Will it go for a 6? Indeed, a fantastic 6.
Chris Lynn took full advantage, launching an assault against Trent Boult. After 2 overs at the loss of 1 wicket, the Gulf Gladiators now require 151 runs from 108 balls. I anticipate that Chris Lynn will continue to bat in this aggressive manner, while Jordan Cox, who is there to support, might play a bit more cautiously, possibly trying to take singles and give Lynn the strike. But considering Cox scored a 50 in the last match, he's certainly in form. He achieved those runs against ADKR. A slip is in place as the previous over yielded 10 runs, and this over has started with a dot ball by Akil Hossain, with a fielder still positioned at slip for him. Chris Lynn is on strike. A run was there for the taking. Was it taken? No, another dot ball to follow. It will be interesting to see how Chris Lynn handles Akil Hossain now.
He hammered Trent Boult in the last over. That significant hit, it was a fantastic shot because it's not easy when you're up against a bowler like Trent Boult, who had brought some balls that moved inside in the previous over. Akil Hossain moved a couple of balls towards the leg side, which Chris Lynn played with thought and caution. Maybe that's one reason why he's been playing defensively up till now against Hossain, but this time he went for a strong cut. Bro, it just flew, but there was an easy chance in the covers. Straight to the hands, he played the square cut, wanted to keep it along the ground using the bat's lower edge. It wasn't that easy. Would probably have been caught.
It should have been caught because that's what you train for. And both hands reached it, should have caught it. And if the next ball is played well, then absolutely. And now the final delivery of the third over is approaching, with the score at 15-1. Left arm spinner Jordan Cox seemed to predict it would turn inwards, prepared to lift it over the mid-wicket, but the ball deceivingly spun the other way and went straight to the keeper's gloves. We have seen 4 deliveries so far, with Akira Sarn doing the spin bowling, and we've witnessed a substantial amount of spin, something we did not see in the first innings with Liam Dawson's bowling. 3 overs are done, with the score at 15-1 and 149 runs needed from the remaining 102 balls. If the Gulf Giants manage to surpass this score, they will advance to the qualifier, in fact, the finals. The bowling has now changed to Trent Boult, who turned out to be expensive, so Mohammad Rohid has been brought in with a sequel of wickets this season, conceding 21 runs. Mohammad Rohid had taken 3 wickets in an earlier match against Abu Dhabi, and once more, he claimed 3 wickets in another game. He's now returning to bowl, and over the wicket, an inside edge hits the pad and goes past the leg stump. Rohid had a really good delivery, shaping it inwards at a speed of 134 with a high backlift. Chris Lynn wanted to play it but got an inside edge. The score is still 15-1. Mohammad Rohid's role is also going to be quite important, indeed a crucial role, because if you notice, the teams that have performed well there, you'll see that both the UAE players contribute, so that becomes a significant factor to keep in mind. And for the Gulf Giants, both Liam Dawson has come in. And I think that's why you cannot play 2 players of the same kind. So I think because Liam Dawson has come, here Ayan Adhal Khan has been told to bat normally, and he is also on the substitutes list. Chris Lynn is ready for the full toss. He drove it past the stumps but couldn't time it well, hence Dwayne Bravo coming from mid-off will stop it, limited to 1 run, making it 16 for 1 after 3 overs. And Ayan has also played his part for his team.
With a top score of 117 runs, a strike rate of 119, and an average of 23 here, he had a good start in the initial match with Sharjah. We were expecting Jamie Smith to come in, but we were surprised by how he's using Marathi words here. Are you using Marathi words? No, ver is common word. What's in that? If it's a Marathi word, so it is. So are you saying I had to speak Marathi? Is that an issue? No, if I am speaking Marathi, then that's what I've spoken. We're speaking Hindi here, and regarding the game, he came down the pad, flicked it, and sent the ball fine on the right side for a boundary off the very first ball.
Usman Khan starts his innings with a boundary, 20 for the loss of 2 wickets, and Usman Khan, what to say about Rohit? He's playing well. I believe that's why he might have been brought in. The ball was pitched on the pads and he flicked it neatly past the fine leg for 4 runs. The fine leg was inside the circle, but standing a bit square, and with that the over comes to an end, 20 runs at the loss of 2 wickets. A single was taken, and now it's 21 for the loss of 2 wickets.
But that didn't happen, and James Vince got out on the first ball, was clean bowled. Cox also was quickly out. And if we talk about Rohit's bowling, he bowled 4 overs, conceded 13 runs, and took 2 wickets. Talking about Trent Boult, he bowled 1 over and gave away 10 runs. Rohit has bowled 2 overs and taken 1 wicket after conceding 16 runs. And Salam Kell also gave only 4 runs in the over he bowled.
Alpgene's takeoff that was supposed to happen. It feels like it never did. His tires got punctured 4 times, he's under a great deal of pressure right now, and the shot Jamie Smith played, that seemed to be an effect of pressure, maybe from the other thief. Absolutely. Because the bowling here wasn't anything special in the first over, and Vijay Kant, because he bowled more full-length deliveries. And then, if you say that you have to make another 118 runs, it seems like a very tricky task. It's looking quite difficult.
There was a time when their average economy was 9. He hit an out sweep on the first ball and a 6 over the square leg as soon as he came in. Vilcom Haiti thought he wouldn't waste any of his time and sat forward and swept it. And the delivery was bad. You treat it this way, yes, and of course on such an ear, he might have taken a wicket, but now will feel the pressure, because his line hasn't been consistent. And sometimes you get wickets on bad deliveries, but you don't feel the joy. Listen to the full story here. If you look at it with this 6 and here 9 overs have been completed, it's a very, very interesting situation because in the chassis, you need 112 runs off the balls. Emirates have the upper hand for sure. They have struck like a whip. and the Gulf Giants, who had a change in fortunes with the contribution of their last 4 consecutive wins.
Bravo is here to bowl. The score is currently 52 for 4, and it looks like a tough spot for Usman. Speaking of Dwayne Bravo, his bowling has been all right, but the batting hasn't been very impressive. That's just the way bowling goes.
And speaking of bowling, he is the leading wicket taker in T20 India. And in this competition, we can definitely say that he bowls dependably. He may not take many wickets, but with his change of pace, he can keep the batsman quiet. Ready for the next bowler.
Bowling down the leg side if they continue to bat well in the coming overs. Absolutely. So here, the Gulf Giants are facing increased troubles, and Hetmeyer could suggest remedies if they keep batting well over the next few overs. The score here is 35 for the loss of 4 wickets. Bravo's next delivery? Oh, a slower ball that typically slips from his hand, driven to long on for a single. Yes, a single, making it 54 for 4. And on Bravo's bowling, the leg side is packed exactly for what he's known for, because that's Hetmeyer's strong zone.
Because they won't strike as much on the offside as they do on the leg side. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely indeed. Oh, what a leap by Pollard, like Spider-Man, to save a certain boundary at mid-off. It would have been a sure 4, but it's exceptional fielding. Who would believe that this man is 36? Fantastic shot. It was a bad ball. And with the cover drive, he took a few catches at the boundary. Once in an IPL match, he took a catch. Let me tell you, after this ball, Dwayne Bravo is coming to bowl. The shot was flat batted over covers, but before the fielder and the bowling. Bravo has been good because that's not Hetmeyer's strong zone, so you get him to play those shots. Maybe that was his chance there. If we talk about Bravo's bowling, it was good because that's not Hetmeyer's strong zone. And that one's played towards mid-wicket. Usman will easily get a single. With that single, the score moves on to 56. It's the 10th over with a loss of 4 wickets, and they still need 108 runs. It's a tough phase for the Gulf Giants, and do they need to win this fixture to enter the finals? Was that a wide too?
No, the ball just clipped something.
Has the seam of the ball come undone? Then they'll have to change it now. Yes, that's absolutely right. And there's quite a big thread coming off there. Here comes the fourth umpire with a box of balls. They need 108 runs from 160 balls.
So there was no problem with counting, and nowadays, especially with cricket, we see a lot of wide balls, and the ball had also hit those LED boards quite often.
ونفد من كرة غير مهاجم وخسر 6 ويكيت في التسديدات الزائدة.
أن كانت أسنانك تنخز بعد شرب الماء البارد، كانت يديه تنخزان بعد شرب الجن. وعلى أي حال فقد أصيب أثناء لعب المكسب، قوة إرادته مذهلة كما هو الحال في لثتك. يوافق شاندرش جي على كل شيء. نعم بالتأكيد، نعم بالتأكيد.
لديه كلمتان رقيقتان من التاريكية. أولا، أنا أتفق معك تماما. ثانيا، أنا ضد النظرية. ثالثا، لقد حدث حبي للتو. حدث للتو وحدث 5. أنت ويليام داوسون كنتما مذهلين. مسيرتهما في T20 هي تسديدة كبيرة رائعة. يحاول عثمان ضرب بوابة صغيرة أخرى من مسافة بعيدة. هنا يحاول عثمان تسديد كرة قوية إلى فيجاي كانت، وقد أخذ فيجاي كانت الويكيت الثاني على جانبه الآخر، وهو يشعر بالسوء قليلا لأن فريقه
بالأمس خسر فريق تشاندرش جي المفضل.
هذا الوثن الآن نايت رايدرز. نعم، لكن حتى لو خسر نيشال جي أمام جالف جاينز رجل اليوم المجنون، وحتى ذلك الحين هناك فرصة أخرى في النهائي، وهناك أيضا المخاني.
عشان هو مش نوع الملح اللي تطوف في وعاء.
مهلا، بعد قلت ما تقرب في حكاية التبول. مهلا، قلت يعني يعيش أبي في شاتري، يعيش دائما في شاتري، فكيف نتحدث؟ هذا
ليام داوسون الذي لم يحقق أي مكاسب حتى الآن سوف تتمكن من إدارة المكسب الأخير من هذا. أعطى فيجاي كانث المكسب الأخير من هذا. لقد أخذ نصيبين متتاليين في هذه النهاية. انتهت جولة واحدة، ولكن فيجاي كانث حصل أيضا على 2 ويكيت. ثانية، ثالثة، نهاية الثالثة. الآن انتهى الأمر. حسنا، النتيجة وصلت إلى 70. وعموما تذبذب رجال المضرب هنا كثيرا لدرجة أن رجال المضرب التابعين لجارب تشان على وشك الغرق. إذا ارتكبوا خطأ إن لعبهم في الملعب ليس سيئا. علاوة على ذلك فإنهم يلعبون البولينج الساخن هنا. لقد حدث ذلك اليوم. خرج الويكيت على الفور من المخبز. يعني أنا أتفق مع ما تقوله.
يجب أن يتم ذلك هناك. إذا ذهب في إجازة فماذا يمكنه أن يفعل؟ سيأتي جي شاندري جي. لقد جلب سوام اللعبة إلى اليسار، و2 من الويكيت على الكرة الأولى. حاول تسديدة كبيرة، تسديدة
ذهب. والطريقة الفعالة التي تم بها استخدام الدوار هنا كان ينبغي أن يتم تنفيذها بواسطة فريق جولاب جاينتس ضد إيما أمريتسار.
إذا متابعنا عن عمالقة الخليج، فقامك بإسقاط أيان أفضل خان اللي هو أفضل لاعب لديك، وفوق كل ذلك فقد حصل على 1، لذا فهو مستمر 77 مقابل 7. ما الأمر هنا الآن؟ تحية للعبة، لا يوجد ويكيت حتى الآن. لم أفهم ذلك. لقد كان أيضا لاعبا ناجحا للغاية، لذا انفجر بسرعة. لقد انفجر أيضا بسرعة من خلال أخذ مثل هذه الويكيت. فقد حصل على المباراة ب14 ويكيت حتى الآن في هذا الموسم، ويود أن يأخذ ذلك، والنتيجة أعلى من ذلك. مباراة اليوم هي أيضا مباراة كبيرة. فريقنا الإماراتي يلعب في التصفيات، وقد قدم هذا الفريق أداء رائعا طوال الموسم.
تم أخذ الكرة للانزلاق، ومن خلال منطقة الانزلاق كانت الكرة تسير في اتجاه اللاعب الثالث، وتمكن اللاعبون الذين كانوا يطاردونها من إيقافها، وسيحصلون على 3 أشواط أو يصلون إلى 80. أثناء الانتظار تقوم إيميتس بتشديد قبضتها قبضة على هذه المشكلة.
شيكانجي؟ ليش شيكانجي؟ شيكانجا أمر الشيكانجي بالشرب. أوه تم لعب الكرة الداخلية لركلة جزاء. خطأ هناك بابا، لكن الملعب كان جيدا جدا وذهب إلى يساره وغطس. نعم، لكن هذا لا يعني أن نيكولاس ليس سعيدا. بوران لديه لم يفعل هذا أبدا، ولم يفعل ذلك أبدا. يا رجل، أعني جيدا جدا. لذا هنا يبذل رجلا المضرب قصارى جهدهما، لكن فرصة سعادة تيرا مطلوبة من هنا، فهي شبه مستحيلة. وقد تم وضع الملخص على داوسون أبسترايك. تحية للعبة المثلي الجنس التالي الذي كان جوجلي كان بالذهاب إلى بافل وله.
لقد انسحب فريق ديفيد وكوليت، لكن حتى عازفي جولف جاينتس ما يبغوا هنا.
مجموع النقاط هو بالفعل 88 لعمالقة الخليج بعد 14 زيادة، و82 نقطة مطلوبة في 6 مرات، ما يقرب من 14 نقطة مطلوبة من معدل البور. أصبح الآن مرئيا لعمالقة الخليج وإماراتنا، مما يعني 160 162 على ما أعتقد. كان 15-20 نقطة قصير هنا، لكن كويلي كيلاج 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 لاج كويلي كيلاج كويلي كيلاج كويلي كيلاج. ولكن هنا قام برمي الكرة على جوجلي وضرب الجذع الأوسط مثل كذبة في الداخل. أراد أن يزدهر قطع من القدم الخلفية. تعرض داوسون للضرب.
هذه المرة نجحت الكرة التالية في التجميع وذهبت الكرة في الهواء. أذهب إلى كاو كوردر. وصلت الويكيت هنا في المكسب التالي. هذه المرة مرة أخرى ما تم إجراء عملية تمشيط بطيئة. اللاعب حاضر من فترة طويلة، ولكن عندما ذهب إلى يساره من منتصف الويكيت العميق، رمى اللاعب الكرة نحو تيم ديفيد الذي كان يتقدم من مسافة طويلة. عند المجيء إلى هنا تم ضرب البقرة المراد اكتساحها. جورد واستئناف. جورد وتعال. قلت ذلك. لقد كان عند الزاوية هنا وهنا. جاء وأراد أن يكتسح، وهذا أيضا عند الزاوية، ولكن ليس خطأ. لم أقل أي شيء. قلت بادي وشاندريشجي بوجار. قلت شاندريشجي يقول ذلك. أيها الجالس الكبير، أنا لا أؤمن بكل هذه الأشياء. هنا يكع تابع في المنتصف. مرعبا. لقد كان جوجلي ربما كان سيحضرهما معا أيضا.
لا كلاك من يجب أن يشرب خودي.
هذه أدوار نيشاجي. كان اسم جانجا هذا هو جومنا. بالمناسبة كانت هناك مفرقعات نارية خلال ديوالي. إنهم يتحدثون كثيرا عن المفرقعات النارية اليوم وليس هنا ما هو موجود في الصف. وهنا كان هناك أيضا ارتداد هائل في المدرسة إذا كان قد رفع إصبعه. ثم هنا ليام. سيتعين على داوسون أن يرحل. إنه يشعر بخيبة أمل، لكنه لا يستطيع فعل أي شيء الآن عليه العودة. داوسون محبط عند 86 و88 ويكيت، وكانت أدوار جارف جاينز مملة. ما مشكلة المضرب؟ حسنا، لقد رميهم 4-1 معا.
ضع 4 آخرين معا ويالها من لعبة بولينج جيدة، فهذا يعني أنك كنت سعيدا جدا وتذكرت أيام لعبك ويل كول، وحصلت أيضا على 3 ويكيت. جاين جي، لقد لعبت جيدا اليوم، تبدو كصورة لشاندريش جي.
درس شاندريش جي ودانيال فارال في نفس المدرسة، ولكن عندما دخل دانييل وورال الدرجة الأولى كان شاندريش جي في المركز ال12.
جيد جيد جيد. Vijay Kant is bowling, and what a superb delivery that was. Quite swift, taking a dip and turning towards the offside after pitching on leg stump. Daniel Verrills managed to finally play at it. Vijay Kant has already taken 3 wickets. As we speak, there goes another leg cutter from Vijay Kant. Oh, that googly right here, he has taken 3 wickets in 3 overs. With giving away virtually no runs, Vijay Kant has put on a remarkable performance.
أداء ممتاز من فيجايا كانث وجلب الدواري معي.
The move by Emirates to bring in spinners proved to be quite beneficial. Although Kelvin Cook hasn't got a wicket yet, and there was some talk about certain meanings that G. Dubai was mentioning, it's unclear what all G. Dubai keeps talking about, but maybe he was referring to that one instance. The crowd's noise admonishes someone, and your face reflects that.
عشرة أشواط على كرتين حتى الآن، وعلى 98 و88. عملاق الخليج كريس جي، وحتى الآن قدم أداء جيدا في كرتين على الرغم من إصابة إحداهما ب-H وأخطأ المضرب 81. ولكن إذا تم إثبات هذا التجاوز الكبير ويأتي تجاوز كبير آخر، فهنا قد يعود الضغط. أنا الويكيت رقم 27 لأميركس. أعتقد أن النهاية يجب أن تأتي الآن. لقد كانوا يحاولون رمي كريس جوردن بزاوية مختلفة. لقد أبقوا رجل الحارس في الدائرة، لذلك ربما حصلت على جولة مختلفة فوق الويكيت. لم يكن هناك.
سمعت ذلك، سمعته. تم تسليم الويكيت، مما يعني أنه تم تسجيل ما لا يقل عن 100 نقطة، وما زالت هناك حاجة إلى 64 نقطة. دلهي بعيدة جدا بالنسبة لهم. إذا تحدثنا عن قلب جينش فإن MI،
ويجب أن يكون طيران الإمارات حذرا بعض الشيء هنا، ولا ينبغي أن يخسر في الدور
أي شيء. هل أنت أيضا؟ حسنا، مطلوب 4 دورات في 25 كرة، وهذا عبء صعب جدا، ولكن اليوم MI.
Whether it's the bowling, batting, or fielding, Emirates has performed exceptionally well in all 3 departments. Absolutely, this over has proven to be a big one with 13 runs scored and 1 ball still to play. Can Chris Jordan fetch 15 runs from this over with the required rate over 15? Yorker off stump played that one towards the base. And there's also a bit of chatting going on. Friendly banter between him and Chris Jordan. There's definitely a good vibe for the Giants, but not much help from the pitch. And now it's time for the strategic timeout. What a moment. Truly exceptional.
ومينغاد قام فيكول وكارسلم خيل برمي الكرة بشكل جوجلي، وخرجت بعد اصطدامها بالجذع، وتم إعطاء الويكيت الطول، وكان دانييل فيرال عميقا في الثانية وضرب ضربة مسطحة
لقد فزت بالمباراة بهذه الأدوار 45 جولة ودخلت النهائي. لقد حصلنا على المتأهل الأول. نعم، تأهلت ماي الإمارات في أول نهائي لها في الموسم الثاني من ILT20. ألف مبروك لك. جاءت معهم ماي يبدو أن كان عقيل حسين وتيم ديفيد أيضا في نفس الرحلة والمساهمة التي قدموها، واليوم قدم جميع اللاعبين الثلاثة الذين توجهوا نحو النصر مساهمة جيدة، ولكن أدوار جولف جاينتس لم يتم النظر إليها على الإطلاق، وانخفضت الروح المعنوية كثيرة. ثم محمد روح جاء وأخذ الويكيت من اللص الثاني جوردان كوكس، وسجل كريس لين 18 رمية وطرده عقيل حسين أيضا. ثم فيجايا كانث أخذ 3 ويكيت. جاء واحد وكان المسجل كريس جوردن، ربما هو جاء للمضرب في المركز التاسع، وكان من الممكن أن يتم إرساله إلى مستوى أعلى من أوفرتون. لقد ضرب بمعدل 125 ضربة حتى الآن في هذه البطولة، ولكن 31 نقطة كانت أقل جدا، لذا حظ كبير. ونرى إذا نظرنا إلى الرسم البياني فإن كلوب جاينتس يتخلفون بالتأكيد منذ أن فقدوا أول بوابة صغيرة لهم في الكرة الأولى. نعم، بعد ذلك في لعبة القوة فقد فقدوا إجمالي 3 ويكيت وMI خلف طيران الإمارات. لقد فاز بالمباراة بطريقة مذهلة، وتحدث عن لاعبي البولينج حيث قدم الجميع تقريبا مساهمة جيدة، وأقام أخيل حسين المباراة بإعطاء نصيبين وجولة واحدة. يمكننا القول أن فياس خان كان سيأخذ 3 ويكيت، لكنه كان النجم الحقيقي. كان أخيل حسين مع هذين الاثنين على الإطلاق، وترينت بولد لم يحصل على أي بوابة صغيرة اليوم، أعطى 16 رمية في مرتين. أثبت دود مانغ مستواه ليكون رهيد، لقد رمي الكرة بشكل جيد وأخذ بوابة صغيرة واحدة في أول مرة أكثر من 16 شوطا، أعطى وقار سالة، ثم بعد ذلك سجل 12 شوطا، ثم سقطت الويكيت بشكل متواصل. ثم السابع 22 لم تتم رؤية شراكة كبيرة، أكبر شراكة كانت 22 شوطا عندما لم يأت كريس جود.
وفاز في هذه المباراة بفارق 45 نقطة. وكان فريق الإمارات قد خسر مباراتين سابقتين، ولكن كان عنده وحدة مختلفة. اليوم عاد 3 من لاعبيهم، وكيف عادوا؟ كاران قدم عودة أفضل من أرجون.
بالضبط، في ملخص مباراة MI UAE الذي تشاهدونه، سجل هؤلاء اللاعبون الثلاثة 29 نقطة في 21 كرة، وقام عقيل حسين كما كنت تقول بتقويم هذا الدفاع ورمي 4 مرات بشكل متواصل و3 مرات في لعبة القوة. اللاعب لقد حصل على نصيبين من خلال التخلي عن جولة واحدة في لعبة القوة، والآن سيشاهد مباراة الغد ثم يستعد ليقرر الفريق الذي سيتعين عليه مواجهته بين جلفي جاينتس ودوبي كابيتالز. من الطبيعي أن تكون هناك مباراة مثيرة هنا غدا، ولكن اليوم الإثارة المثيرة قتال الجبار.
Absolutely, I agree with you. The match is between Emirates and Gulf Giants for the ILT 20 2024, and both teams top the table. With me is Ninad. It seems we're in for an excellent contest because this year, the two matches were split, just like MI.
The Emirates and Gulf Giants finished at the top of the table. Both teams had a remarkable journey, but there was a surprise at the toss. Nicholas Pooran, who had been part of the West Indies team, returned for the big match. How did the game start? Let's find out. See, Wasim Mohammed got out early. Daniel Worrell got him out. Kusal Pereira was also sent back by Worrell, who bowled 4 consecutive overs, taking 3 wickets in that spell. Andrew Fletcher didn't open his account. Graeme also contributed while there was a mini-collapse happening. He came to bats at number 5 and scored 30 runs. Tim David also made a significant contribution. He arrived on the same flight. كانت ضربة 26 نقطة في 21 كرة، وجاء عقيل حسين أيضا وأخذه كيران بولاد إلى ما بعد 160 في 27 جولة دون هزيمة. ولكن إذا انتبهنا إلى البولينج فإن دانييل وورال كان أفضل لاعب في البولينج. اليوم حصل على 3 ويكيت لجولاك جاينتس. في المباريات الأربع الأخيرة كان يفوز بالضربة الأولى، بينما عندما بدأت المطاردة سيطر عليه عقيل حسين الذي كان عائدا من أستراليا، حيث كان يلعب لجزر الهند الغربية. وفي الكرة الأولى طرد جيمس إذا أردت، سجل فينس بالتأكيد وسدد 31 نقطة في 15 كرة، لكنه سجل هناك بالتأكيد. Talking about the bowlers, the biggest highlight is Akeal Hossein's spell. He took 2 wickets for just 13 runs. Other bowlers also contributed well. Akeal Hossein was certainly the star here. Speaking of the spinners, Gulf Giants must be thinking they made a mistake by not playing Ayan Afzal Khan. The 2 spin options they had also bowled 2 overs each, so all-around excellent bowling. Vijayakanth Vyaskanth's start while defending for Emirates was also quite exceptional. First ball wicket, and we didn't see any significant partnerships in the match. Gulf Giants captain James Vince won the toss. Blessing Muzarabani got 2 wickets. When Gulf Giants came into bat, Akeal Hossein bowled beautifully, superb bowling, and it was because of that Emirates won the match today by 45 runs. ثم سيلعبون تصفيات الغد 2 ضد دبي كابيتالز، ومن يفوز من هذين سيذهب ويواجه إيما الإمارات نيناد على لقب ILT 2020-2024. شكرا لكم. وإيما الإمارات أكدت مكانها في النهائيات. ستستمرون في مشاهدة Digital2 Sports وانظر. هناك مباراة كبيرة أخرى غدا. ليس لدى جيلد جاينتس الكثير من الوقت للتفكير في هزيمة اليوم، لأنهم سيلعبون غدا مع دبي كابيتالز، وأعتقد أن دبي كابيتالز بقيادة نيناث من يدري لديه بعض الثقة. هناك أشياء كثيرة. لذا سيتم إرسال فاتورة لك بجميع التحديثات على هذه المنصة. أبقى على اتصال معنا على المستوى الرقمي والرياضي، وستحصل على الحياة في كل مرة. ونحن موجودون على يوتيوب وفيسبوك وإكس وإنستغرام ساب جاجي.